Hello guys, welcome back to another What If video. Today I'll be doing my second 600 sub special. I know this will come out a day later than when the first one did because I got some delays and other stuff. So I couldn't release it in then. And then also this is my 100th video I will upload on my YouTube channel. So this will be an extra special. So this will be my first gender swap, where Asta will be a girl. And you should see Asta's name is, it's what if Asta was Merlin's daughter? Because, yeah, why not? So let's dive right into it, shall we? As we began in the castle of Camelot, where Merlin is about to give birth to a child, or two childs actually. The first one will be Asta, a girl, and a boy decide to name Lancelot. As now it's time for them to meet the seven deadly sins, as they meet up with each other, as they see it compared them to babies. Well, Elizabeth and Meliodas just had their son, so they will compare the babies, like Tristan versus Lancelot and Asta, as they realized that Asta was the cutest one. As the Meliodas and Elizabeth said, "Wait, you got twins?" Merlin said, "Yeah, I did. I got twins." Arthur was like, "Yeah, we got twins, really." The block in awe. But then the years went on by. Lancelot and Asta is now 2 years old. They're crawling on the floor in the castle, without them noticing that someone is watching them that shouldn't be watching them, really. As there is some bandits that doesn't like the kingdom of Camelot, that just wants to kill them and do a revolution. As it now the bandits will jump through the windows before anyone guards could react. They would kill Lancelot and try to kill Asta. But right before they could try to kill Asta, Merlin and Arthur would arrive, as they would see Lancelot dead. They were furious at the bandits now, as Merlin would start to scream in pain, like, "No, Lancelot, no, 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 Lancelot, Lancelot, no, no, please don't be dead, please don't." As they shake on Lancelot, he's dead now. As Asta starts to cry, Asta crawls to Lancelot's body and tries to wake him up, even though Asta is just 2 years old. As then Merlin would have to take Asta away from there, as Asta would start to cry even more now. As Merlin tried to calm Asta down, but she couldn't hold back the tears herself. So they both started crying pain and agony, as Arthur did that too. Then they then was ordered to track down all the bandits that did this responsible. So when they found them, they killed them all. Without hesitation, they said, "You're gonna pay for killing our son," they said. As now the citizen would know that a terrible thing had happened. Lancelot got killed by some bandits. It's not all, like, now Ost never left Merlin's side, and there were so many guards around them too, to make sure that nothing happened to them. So Asta grows up with all the guards close to him, as he remembers Lancelot's death. Now it's time for the seven deadly sins to meet again when Asta is 5. As they wonder where they was about to ask about Lancelot, as then they saw the sad faces, they would realize that Lancelot was dead, so they didn't ask more about it. As Asta now met Tristan started to try to hit on Asta, really, because he will just do that now. Try to get Asta out. As Merlin hears this and wonder what is he trying to do? As Asta now just smacks him down and tells, "Don't you dare!" As Tristan said, "Not done, not done." Asta said, "Don't you dare us to have a fight now." Asta smacks him down all the time. Then Asta has enough and walks away. Now Tristan would say, I'm not done. Then Liz would walk up and say, if she doesn't want you, just leave her alone. Can't you see that she's in pain? That she just wants to be alone? As Tristan realized that, said, yes, Mom. As now Asta works away and tells Mom, Mom, I want to go home. Merlin said, okay, we can go home, sweetie. As now Arthur, Merlin, and Asta walks home. But before they could leave Camelot, no, before they could leave, yeah, they were in Camelot now, actually, outside. Some other bandits will arrive and just try to kidnap. Now they would be able to kidnap Asta. As Merlin and all the others, the other seven that since Arthur took like what? How? And Merlin said, I thought we. Then the bandit said, we're not like those little bastards. We're not dumb enough to kill the prince or the princess. For now. As they leave now, with Asta kidnapped, Merlin and Arthur chase after them. As other seven since they didn't know what to do still, they were in shock. Then we started chasing after them too, trying to pin them down, but couldn't get back to them. Then, Asta, then when they got pinned down, they would open a portal and throw Asta in there. Asta said, Mom! No! As Merlin would be fierce now, he said, where did you send my son? Where did you send my daughter? She said, sorry for saying son, I mean daughter. So, where did you send my daughter? As the arrow sounded since could see the steam blowing off of Merlin. Literally. The bandits were like, then was decided to run. But then, before they could do, Arthur meet them. As Merlin said, then Merlin would kill all the others and lift one up. He said, where did you send my daughter? He's like, you'll never get her back. Not until... As Merlin would have killed him now. He said, then she would just hear a cry. She said, Ma, Ma. I said, but where are you? Then she looks around, and sees a little bubble where Asta is trapped in. She's like, Mom, help. She said, of course, sweetie, I'm coming. As long as we take the bubble and try to break it. So now Elaine just shakes on it too. Like, you try, Elizabeth and all the girls and several scenes to try to help. Watching the artifact, well, the bubble, while Merlin tries to figure out how to break it. As then it's Elaine's turn to watch it, and then it will start to crack. Merlin will hit his back, what? She checks on it. Asta comes out of it and hugs Elaine, said, Aunt Elaine, thanks. She's like, what? Did I do something? She's like, yes, your curiosity and love for me just break me free, I think, Asta said. I know Asta is just 5 in this, but still, she will be pretty smart. And be able to say that. She's like, oh, okay, Merlin feeling quite. Also said, yeah, I think that is so, at least. She also said, as now she's falling asleep. Merlin back catch her, I'm like, oh, let's go to bed now. As it does, but the someone that since decide to stay overnight now, to make sure there are no bandits left. As Meliodas and Bon and King actually would shake around the capital to find all the bandits they were there to try to do our second revolution, or a revolution again. As they find a lot of them, capture them all. As the murder, they would decide to take them to the prison, where they like had multiple guards now guarding them to make sure no one escaped. They had magic sealing, magic blocking handcuffs so they couldn't escape at all. As Merlin would next day interrogate them. As Asta was now playing with Elaine in the castle. As while Merlin and Arthur would interrogate them and ask why. What is so wrong with the royal family now? As the bandit said that, what's wrong? Everything's wrong. Welcome strangers from the kingdom of Leonis to be the queen. Shame on you, Arthur. Besides, you're way too young too. Pendragon, what the hell is that kind of weird name? As they would, Arthur Busak said, I can't accept about the Pendragon part. I talk about that about my wife. You know that she's a hero, right? She's like, we don't care. She's not from here. So we don't care about her. Arthur said, you know she saved all of us here in Kingdom of Leo and all the kingdoms of Britannia. So you should respect her. As now the bandits said, never, as they spat on Merlin. I spurred him back. Now Asta would walk in and see that. Asta would be like, Ma? As then she, as now Merlin would start to be fierce now. As then Asta said, Ma? What's wrong? As then Merlin would turn around and say, oh, nothing, sweetie. And she like smiles and all that. Asta like, oh, okay, Mom. Then Elaine comes, so why don't you come and play with me more, Asta? Asta like, yay! He runs away and plays with Elaine and Diane. As now have fun there. So while Merlin gets pissed off and decides to kill some of the bandits now. It's like, you're gonna pay. You'll never get out of here, she said. Then we go to where Asta is playing with Elaine and Diane. Asta playing, having fun, they're laughing. As then Merlin and Arthur walk out to see that. I said, Mom, come play with us. She's like, Then Diane said, yeah. Then Merlin like, I don't. And then Elaine said, Elaine would explain what they're playing. She's like, oh, okay. As Merlin joins in a place. As they're having fun now. Then also they will do that as now some of the scenes decides to stay in the Camelot. For instance, King and Diane will. No, not King and Diane, but Bon and Elaine will stay in the Camelot now. So Asta could play with Elaine all day. Asta will now have turned 10 years old. And she doesn't play that much in those childish plays anymore, but he will have, what is it called now? But he will have started to show signs of his magic now. So now Merlin would start to teach him some magic, as she would realize that Asta had the same ability that she had, infinity. But her Asta's magic attribute wasn't sure yet, because Merlin had no magical attribute, she had like kind of all the magics. But for Asta it was different. She always got this feeling around her. They would start to train out all day with their magic, while sometimes take a break, as Asta hang out with Elaine now. While they were walking to taking shopping trips to the city. Having fun like girl talking with that. As Elaine would be really close with Asta. And Elaine just loved that. So now, when Asta was 10, no, Asta will now be turned 11, Elaine and Bon will have their first child. As they decide to name it Lancelot. No, they won't decide to name it Lancelot, they will decide to name it it's their daughter, it's a daughter actually, so they will decide to name it Ellie. As Asta would be able to hold little Ellie, I was like, oh, little Ellie, huh? You're so cute, little Ellie. As now, the years went by now, Ellie's like 3 years old, Asta is 14 now. As Asta would have started growing puberty, as though she would get new clothes soon. And she had to. As Merlin shows her some different new clothes. Asta didn't want those dresses and all that. Asta now turned 15, Asta now, but then, when Asta is 14, she would start to learn teleportation parts. And she's now walking out of the castle, but beneath anyone there are assassins. They're trying, not assassins from Assassin's Creed, but assassins that wanted to kill the royal family. To create a revolution or some of that sort or something. As Asta was now walking alone actually, because no bandits have been around all that, but some guards were following Asta to make sure nothing happened to her, but they will. The assassins now sneak around. Then when some were on the roof sneak around Asta, as they saw the perfect opportunity as they jumped down for the roof now. Asta wasn't able to react too fast, so she's able to dodge most of the attacks, but the one that comes for roof stabs her badly. As Asta screamed out, "Ah! Ah! Ah!" Then the guards would react now as they would start fighting the assassins, while Merlin, Arthur, Elaine, and Bond will rush out of the castle now. As they see Asta in pain there, as they saw all the giant wounds she had. I was like, no, Asta, as they now also would decide to have the clothes on that that Merlin has in the middle of the thumbnail. That's what the clothes Asta will have. As they would see this giant cut there, as he's bleeding fast now. Also like, no, it's now Asta's medic. Asta tried to teleport away. Merlin said, no, Asta, don't. She also wouldn't hear this. Asta would now teleport away. She's like, Merlin like, no, Asta, you shouldn't have. She's like, crap, I wasn't too fast enough. As then Elaine would ask, why does it seem like if she's hurt, she can't really control her magic properly. Not like Francis Giant wouldn't like that, she could end up anywhere. Oslo ends up in a Clover Kingdom, passed out, with the giant cut still bleeding. As now it was early in the morning now, the father walks out, as Asta is passed out right in front of the church. Father will see a young woman passed out with a giant cut still bleeding. Man, what the? How? As then he screams for Sister Lee. Sister Lee, come here, quick! Sister Lee runs there, rushing as he sees the girl. She's like, no, starts to heal her immediately, while the father tries to move Asta out of the way, but they couldn't really. Now the wounds were closed down to Sister Lee, and father works together to put Asta on the bed. As now Sister Lee will start healing Asta even more. Soon Asta will wake up and start to like, where am I? She's like, you're in the Clover Kingdom House Village. I was like, Clover what now? I was like, Clover Kingdom. I was like, I never heard of that before. She's like, what? I was like, yeah. Yes, then for like, well, you did just appear out of nowhere, really. It seems like because we couldn't find any tracks of you like going to the church, you just appeared in front of the church, passed out. With that giant, no, he said giant. Also felt the pain now. I said, Then then also started thinking, like, so. The face, oh damn, I shouldn't use my teleportation now. Damn it. So Asta was been trapped now. She couldn't move away. Asta now have to stay there. As the father said, well, Asta, damn, I can't get back. He said, I guess I have to leave here now. Kind of sad a little bit. The father said, well, you can stay here if you want. Asta said, thanks. So now the father said, well, we got some other kids here too. I was like, oh, okay. So there will be, no, the young kids will start to like present themselves. And Sister Lila whispered it in Asta's ear, don't you think that's a little bit too revealing? Asta whispered back, no, I really like his clothes. I was like, oh, okay, Sister Lila just whispered. Then after all the kids just present herself, the father said, Juno, come here. I'm like, yeah, father. As the Juno walks in, also seems like, wow. As soon as she also like shocked, like, wow, she's pretty. He thinks, and just looks away because he thinks like that's a little bit too revealing. I was like, why are you looking away? He'd be like, I was like, I'm normally clothed like that, so it's nothing really. I'd be like, oh, okay. As he looks, concentrates to just look at Osla's face. I was like, oh, wow. He really tries to resist himself. Now Asta will have lived there for a year now. As Asta would have grown quite close to Yuna, Asta would start to train with their magic. As Asta would have shown that she had multiple types of magic, and Yuna would be shocked now. As everyone else was too. And then one day it was time for them to get the grimoires. Then when they got there, Yuna would get the. Of course, Yuna will get a 4-leaf clover, but for Asta, they will see all the grimoires now start to shake and just open them. All the grimoires in the what is now in the bookshelves would start to fly out and just open the pages as the lights would appear and goes up and spits out to the middle as a laser beam. As they would start to, they will see a grimoire now starts to form. As it'll be a 4-leaf clover grimoire with a dimensional space, kind of like that. It looked around it with a giant blue, with a space blue 4-leaf clover as well. While the rest was a pink and purple space color on the background. They will all see the grimoire like, what? What the? As the 4-leaf clover now round goes down towards Asta. Asta touched it. Now all the grimoires that were still using the beam will disappear. Also, will hold the grimoire now as it walks out. After a while, Yuna walks out too, but the attack on Yuna won't happen by the nobles. So now, Asta would, all the Shin would appear actually still. He's like, oh, I'll take that grimoire of yours. Then I'll check that weird stripping girl and take her grimoire too. So now Asta would appear behind us like, what? I'm like, oh, there you are. As he will start to blush, it's like, get so closer for God's sake. I was like, what? I wear this all the time. I wore these clothes for a long time now, so no. Also now they said, no, you want to steal a grimoire, huh? As then also punched him and said, I'm not letting you do that. Shane look, what? Austin started to slap him all the time. As because he's a parrot because he has tried to said what he said about Austin, said, you freaking parrot. Austin smacks him to the ground after a while. Shane was get knocked out now. Asta throws the grimoire to Eunice, but he gotta be more careful, you know. Losing grimoire first day. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. They're walking back to the church now. So now the 6-month training would begin. As Asta been told about the American Knights, Asta decides to join them. Maybe he can find out a way to come back home. And it's all that. As of the 3 months, Asta would met the swords guy. Well, as he would start to train Asta in swordsmanship, but he said that, don't you Asta like, you pervert. Also smacks him. Like, as he also like, then he said, oh, thanks for all the training. Sensei also said, as he also walks away now, he'd be like, yeah, no problem, he said. You think, wow, that girl is really strong. Why does she always wear so little clothes? For God's sake. Then the 6 months went by. Then Asta they would go to the capital now to start the unit to become a medic knight. As they walk in there, it will take 2 weeks before they arrive. As they arrive, 2 days before they start to register the grimoires, they can start to register the grimoires. As they check around the capital, well, Yuna was walking alone because Asta would have told him at this point that she was a noble. So Yuna would walk away, but Asta would still be close a lot, but they didn't want anyone to see Comrade and Noble together because that could be complicated to explain. Asta sits down at a cafe because Asta got some money actually. Sits down eating. And some nobles start to see her like, wow. As this really wow, they say, wow, she's really hot or not, and why does she wear so little clothes? As they blush now. But they really start to see the noble crest and like, just wow, she's really is a noble. Maybe we should, as they walk up now, also reject them all, but also before they could even ask, I said, if I don't know what you want to ask. I said no already. Like, also would still want to look at them. Asta was sipping his olive cheese. Like, why? Hey, how? Asta said no. They would hear the voice now, and also getting really Real started to ticked off the back walk away now, but unbeknownst to them, one of the big fat noble wouldn't hear this. Like, be my girl, you be my bride, Asta said. Asta decided to say, as the Blue Knight was captain and Sol was around there close as to see the situation. Asta saw the girl with almost real revealing clothes was taken by the noble. Harassed by the noble, Osberg said, stand up and said, what, you show me off like an accessory of yours? Osno lifts the noble, takes the noble's shirt and said, no. As also takes him with the left punch. I won't. You're not even strong enough. Besides, there's no man of my type that I like here. But he knows what I have met. So just go away and leave me alone. Asta smacks him down. Knocks him out coldly. His Ruler's Knight was about to step in at first, then saw the situation like, okay, decided not to step in. Asta walks away now, furious. The days wouldn't by now. 2 days wouldn't be gone now. It's time to raise dead Grimoires. Asta meets up with Juno outside of the capital to just meet up. There are dead Grimoires now. Asta Grimoire guy would see Asta's revealing close as he blushed and like, Also smack deck him now and said, you freaking pervert, he said. Asta smacks him down now. He gets knocked out. As Asta walks away now, furious, holding her grimoire, walking in. As now when all the other girls would have beat him up, said, you freaking pervert, leave a girl alone. They felt like though, can't really blame her if she has those kind of clothes, but still, maybe it's just her fashion choice. Asta realized that Asta was really, really pretty. I just to see all the long black hair going down to her waist. As the gentleman guys would start to beat the noble up, like the registered grimoire too, as after all that, when it's done registering, some of the examinees would start to take him out there and just beat the crap out of him. As even though some guards would see this one, what they're doing. As then where I told them, as they would try to stop the guys now, nobles, then we said like, he was a freaking pervert. The Star guards said, okay, you can beat him up already, we don't care. They said, like, huh. It's not, like, they've been done beating the crap of the shit out of him. Then we registered, then we get into the ceremony, well, the selection now, no, the selection of the Medic Knight entrance ceremony. As now the antibirds will come down. No birds will come near Asta at all. Asta was like, he said. Of course no one would come near me, not with all my magic. As everyone could just feel the pressure coming from Asta. They all feel the insane amount of mana coming from him. As when the captain is walking, they could immediately feel this immense mana. They felt like, is there another captain down with the crowd or something? But it wouldn't be, as they saw all 9 captains there. If you know a whisking there, then they would say, no, he's up there. They could sense mana. They wonder, who's this strong mana then? Who has this strong amount of mana? As it came to fly now, Asta fly even higher than Juno. As everyone was feasted, saw Asta there. The thing like, with those little girls back, what? The Bluest Knights would realize that that's the girl from before. From 2 days ago. Then as they were done now with that, then Asta would be like, As Asta lands now, Captains realized that it's also the tested amount of mana, but how is that possible? They said it's like it's endless mana. You can't feel an end to it. Now I came for the creation part. Also creates multiple stuff. I don't know what he will create, but she will create, but there's a lot of stuff. Captains sees one of what? Then I came for the seed growing test. Also grows a giant tree with all that, as they would all see the details on the tree, as now it would start to grow roses too on it. Like rose vines around it too with thorns on. Look, said, wow, they said that's really impressive. They wonder what is her magic. Then he came for the target practice one, Asta creates fire force at the targets. They would see it. Just hit all the targets and burn to the ground to crisp as they saw that all hit the bullseye. And how fast it was and how they would like give him 10 in everything, 10 out of 10 in everything now. Now it came for carbon proportion. Some noble guys that wasn't there to beat the other guy up will start to chance Asta. Asta said, if we win, Asta said, you will, Asta said, look at them now. With mad eyes said, I dare you to finish that sentence. They would swallow. As then when camera pushing began, Asta blitz up towards them and stake them hard. Said, freaking pervert, she said, trying to get me as an accessory. She said out loud now. Everyone would hear this black. The other guys would swallow. Then the noble black stand up and said, I will win, and I will make you my lady, my wife. I'll make you mine. I'll force you to marry me. Asta said, no. Asta now opens a paw and said, no. As now flames will start to appear, and earth to wind, water, everything, all the elemental attacks will now start to hit the noble, time after time. Not to knock him out at all, just to make him feel the pain. Said. Then he said, I surrender. Also said, Also now froze the noble out of there. He said, freaking pervert. Also stands in the shadows again. Also goes in the shadows now, to not be seen at first, really. The first night would be shocked to see how strong Asta really was. Like, wow. All the other captains won that too. Like said, wow, she's really strong. Yama thought that too. Actually, I figured out one thing. I will do a shipping, but it will be a gender swap. Probably. Yep, it will be a gender swap on the shipping too. Or maybe not. I will figure that later on. So now came for the selection part. All the when it's Asta's turn, Asta walk out of the shadows. I still ask, "What's your magic?" I said, "My grimoire doesn't say it, so I don't know." I don't know what my magic is. They're like, okay, they will accept that Asta didn't know, and they will check to make sure that Asta's grimoire didn't say anything about it. So like, yeah, we don't know. Then all raise their hands. Asta think like, he doesn't want to join the Golden Dawn. Then looks at all of them and said, I want to join the Black Bulls. Everyone was shocked. Everyone kept his jaw dropped up. They would say, what? Asta like, yeah, I want to join the Black Bulls, she said. They like, ask you why? Well, actually, now start with ask why. Asta said, just because there's my own reasons, really. Like, okay. Short with like, Sana was like, wow, I really wish that she joined our squad. She's really strong. I bet she even could beat me in a battle, as Charlotte think. Soul would devastated, like, wait, she did. As the like, young like, said, okay, I did not expect this to happen. Then, when the selection was over, also would say goodbye to Yuno. They would hug each other, say goodbye, see you later, Yuno. Yuno like, yeah, see ya. Was also within 6'1" in this. Let's now get to the hideout now. Jan would ask, isn't that us? But like, said, do you know how many people have asked that? Jan like, no. Also, no. Also like, good. There, I'll say this, it's a lot. And I want to change my mind on these clothes. I like these. I'm like, okay, he said. Let's now get to the hideout. As Finland was still there, but Finland didn't see Asta that much really, because Finland is open a portal now. Then when they get to the hideout, Finland, after that, Finland will start to hit on Asta later on. So when you open the door, fire will come towards Asta. As it touches Asta holds it goes for Asta's hand. Asta when it touches it, Asta will whisper up, Also, they said, whisper absolute chaos. The fireball disappears now. Young when the others would see this like what? The young think, maybe she has released her mana to destroy it. To pierce right through it. Yama thinks. It's not too far away really, because well maybe she has destroyed it fireball to release the mana everywhere. You Merlin will look around and see what the fireball disappeared. Then he sees jump like oh. Young said, quit breaking stuff already, while smashing the wall. After all that, Arsenal rushed towards Yami, then said, just sit down, the all does. As then, Yami said, then Magnor asked obvious question, got any new recruits that need to be put in their place? Yami like, we got a new recruit, Asta walks out, kind of like behind Yami. They all see the girl like, wait, they all got, yeah, Magnor look away, like, I'm a man, I shouldn't. Asta, it's fine, I always wear these clothes. Besides, I'm used to people staring at me. Man, I'm like, oh, fine. As he just looks at her face now, Stan said, should we do the yeah, I'm like, yeah, sure. He said, I was asked, what's about this weird baptism thing? Yeah, I was like, explain. I was like, oh, okay. That'll be fun, she thinks. As now Finn will present everyone. As then Finn, as later on, Finn will start to try to hit on Asta. Then off the come to the medical portion, Asta was forced to do the physical part, but Asta insisted on doing that. I still see how easily Asta does it, even though Asta doesn't have any muscles showing at all. Hold on. Then came from medical portion, as all the fireballs were coming towards Asta. Asta would open his portal, and Asta would open a portal, where the fireballs goes through and hits Magna in the back. Magna back, what the? As he makes it at a distance though, so Magna will Asta makes it so it's a bit of distance away from Magna, so Magna has time to dispel them. As then the giant fireball will come, Asta back to close the portal now. Magna back, what? As when it comes to Asta, Asta said, return. The fireball turn around and goes towards Magna. Magna back, what the? As Magna managed to dispel it right before it will hit him and kill him. Back, wow. Magna Black said, wow, you really? Also, meh. Also look at him like he said, what? Magna Black, you're a really strong woman. Also said, that's the... yeah, you should say that and not the others. Also think like... Then Asta get the robe. Now the other black will swarm around Asta. As after that, Finner will start hitting and said, oh, so do you want Asta like said? Also then Finner will start hitting on Asta. Asta would visibly ticked off. Young would see this like, I'm not gonna step in really, he said. He thinks. As on Asta has enough, as Finner was such where they shut up, they would all see that Asta would ticked off. Asta grabs Finral and tells, hey Finral, how long can you fly? Finral like, what? I said, yeah, how long? Then Asta yeets him out of there. I said, yeet. Finral was fly away. Yeah, I'm like, what did you do to my... Asta look at him like, so you wanna fly too? Yeah, I'm like, hey, calm down. I said, good. As Finral would fly away, far away. I also see him like a star sprinkle fly away now, like in anime. And all that. As Finn will now get back like late in the night. The next morning actually. Next day. Finn will have to walk back because his medic didn't really work that well. Because I didn't know where he was. He was still kind of badly injured. Not injured, but he would be injured by the fall and all that. From Asta's eating. They would all like wonder how strong Asta really was. And that is where I'll be leaving this one off. I know this is a short one, even though this is a 600 sub special and my 100th video special too. But keep in mind that I want to keep this little video mysterious, kinda or something. With the shipping, I need to figure out some things. It's my first gender swap, so it will be shorter. But that's all for me now. See you on the next one.